nang sungit si madam. Kailan ba talaga? Sabi ko, ha? Wait lang ma'am. I think last year. So anong ginawa nila dito sa Pilipinas? Sabi ko, they went here for a vacation. I guess for 1 month. They were here for 1 month. Sabi ko, okay. Sabi ko, na-stress ako kay madam. Welcome back to my channel. This is Lex and this is part 3 of my US Immigrant Visa Application series. Hello there once again. Today we will be talking about my US Immigrant Visa interview at the US Embassy Manila. Going to your visa interview at the US Embassy can be nerve-wracking for many people. But don't be anxious. Granting every experience is somewhat different, knowing what to expect is extremely helpful in managing those feelings. In this video, you will learn what to expect or what happens during the actual interview by the consulate at the embassy based on what I have experienced on that day. A little disclaimer, this is entirely about my interview. Like I said, every visa interview is unique and different. So I am sharing this to at least give you a heads up on what to expect during your interview. I will be dividing this video into 3 parts for us to easily identify in which part of the interview process the steps are completed. This will serve as a guide to you so that we will complete this process as easy as counting as 1, 2, 3. With that said, let's go on with the video. So what do we need to do before our scheduled interview? After the NVC or National Visa Center schedules your interview or your interview appointment, they will send you, your petitioner, and your attorney, if you have one, an email or letter noting the date and time of your appointment. After you receive this interview notice or interview appointment letter from the NVC, you must take these three following steps before the interview date. First, you must schedule and complete your medical examination in St. Luke's Medical Center Extension Clinic in Manila. I have an entire video dedicated for this one, so if you haven't had your medical examination yet, don't miss that video. I will link the video at the end of this video, puro video, so you can check out after watching this post. Next is you have to register for courier service. So this service is for returning applicant passports and visas to them after the interview. I will give you the link in the description box later so you can check it out after watching this video. Also, you can do this if you don't have internet access, which is very, very unlikely. You may do this inside the embassy. So they have a designated kiosk for this one when you register your delivery address. And finally, if you have been following my post, you know this already. Gather the required documents for the interview. Actually, eto siya. Kung familiar kayo sa blue folder nito. So this is the first post I have for this series. So if you haven't seen this one, make sure you click the link after the end of this video. Okay? Now that you have all the required documents needed by the US Embassy for your interview, let's talk about you and how you should present yourself during the interview. First is you have to dress nicely, or should I say appropriately. Well, you don't need to wear a suit, but it's more respectful if you wear neat, clean clothes since first impressions can mean a lot to the consul. So consider this as a job interview. You don't want to show up to your appointment looking like this, na parang groovy na pupunta ng mall or pupunta ng rave party, right? So at least, I think I have a photo here. So tingnan nyo kung ano itsura ko nung actual interview ko sa US Embassy. Next is arrive at the embassy early. So what do I mean by this? You should be at the embassy not more than 15 minutes before your scheduled time. So kung schedule mo is 9 AM, should be there 8:45, okay? Unless kung gusto mo magstay doon na sobrang aga na magpipiket ka, matutunaw ang makeup mo. So no bags and briefcases are allowed inside the embassy, and that includes your mobile phone. So if you are bringing your own car, make sure you leave your valuables inside your car because walang counter where you can leave your things inside the embassy. There are tinderas outside who will offer na, "Sir, ma'am, pwede kong itago yung cellphone mo kasi bawal yan inside." Well, I don't trust them. Okay, but I have a friend or a former colleague where she was scheduled for her tourist visa interview. Dala niya yung cellphone niya, siya lang mag-isa. So, wala siyang choice. So, iniwan niya dun sa alley. So, nagbayad ata siya ng, I think, 100 pesos. But luckily naman, after the interview, nandun pa rin yung cellphone niya. But ako, I don't wanna risk baka mawala or nakawin yung cellphone ko kasi ang daming important documents doon sa cellphone ko. So, I just left it in my car. Now we have those preparatory tips. Let's move on to what happens inside when you enter the embassy for your visa interview. Well, first, when you arrive at the embassy, you may need to stand in queue outside the embassy. So, only visa applicants may enter and no friends, no supporters, no cheerleaders na mag-cheer say, good luck! Walang ganon. So, before entering the consulate, the guards and personnel will ask you for your appointment letter to verify your scheduled interview, and you will be asked to submit your original passport. And also, you will need to present your DS-260 confirmation page that you have printed. And then after tagging that document, you will be directed to the security check. So once the security check clears you, you will be asked to, or you will be directed to the IV or immigrant visa entrance. So immigrant visa applicants are separated from the NIV applicants or the non-immigrant visa applicants. So normally these are tourist visas. Okay. At the second floor, there are numerous personnel who will usher you to various windows that correspond to the specific step of the interview process. Pwede kayong magtanong sa kanila actually. Hindi naman nakakahiya. Mga Pilipino yung mga yan. The first window that I went to was intended to verify all my documents. So basically, the personnel screened my documents for completeness and authenticity. And then I was asked to state my full name and my birthday. And then I was asked to state the name of my petitioner and my relationship with the petitioner. So I said, the petitioner is my father. Then her follow-up question was, when was the last time you saw your petitioner? I go, huh? Wait, napaisip ako kasi I'm really bad at dates. So I answered, I think last year or 2 years ago. And then, sungit si madam, kailan ba talaga? I go, huh? Wait lang ma'am, I think last year. So anong ginawa nila dito sa Pilipinas? I go, they went here for a vacation. I guess for 1 month. They were here for 1 month. I go, okay. I go, na-stress ako kay madam. So, ayun. So make sure alam niyo rin yung date na yon. So na-surprise ako sa tanong niyang yon, okay? And then I was asked to present a photo. So ayun, pinigay ko yung family picture namin with our names na naka-label. So if you remember my first video sa mga what documents to bring, nakalagay yun doon. I said it to that video. I said it in that video. And then after that, binigyan niya ako ng paper. Sabi niya, sige, basahin mo yan 2 beses. Sabi ko, ma'am, okay. I think I have a copy of that letter. Here. So, the document is entitled Statement of Marriageable Age Applicant. So, nakalagay niya,
Then, you have to write your name. To understand, fully understand that I shall have a special immediate relative or preference status or right to benefit from the immigrating status of my accompanying parent revoked if I marry prior to my application for admission at the port of entry into the US, and that I would then be subjected to exclusion therefrom.
Then, I have to sign. Then, binasa ko siya twice. And then, pinirmahan ko na. And then, sinabi ko, binalik ko sa kanya. And then, she asked me, naintindihan mo ba? Sabi ko, yes ma'am, naintindihan ko po. So, explain mo sa akin. Sabi ko, ha? Recitation ba to? parang nakatakot si madam. So, sabi ko, from the way I understand it, it states that I cannot marry up until I enter the port of entry in the US. Sabi niya, okay. So, you now proceed to the next window. So, I was ushered to the next window wherein my fingerprints will be scanned. Okay? So, at the fingerprint scanning, I was just asked to state my full name and my birthday. And then no other further questions were asked of me by the personnel. So, soon after fingerprinting, I was directed to be seated in the waiting lounge at the area with other applicants. So, waiting time here is around 40 minutes to an hour. Well, it depends on how many applicants are there scheduled for the interview, and it depends on how long each applicant will be interviewed. So, minsan matagal, minsan sobrang bilis lang. Yung sa akin, sobrang bilis lang talaga. While waiting, you just keep your documents ready, and then when your name is announced, you just proceed to the counter or to the window number designated for you. Well, on that day, hindi naging gano'n na hindi tinatawag yung pangalan. So, we were seated sa waiting area, and then meron mga applicants na nakatayo na nakatapat na sila sa each window. So, after the interview, maglalakad ka na lang doon sa window. You just go to the window kung sino mag-i-interview sa'yo. So, very random. Minsan mauna to, minsan mauna siya. So, depende kung sino mauunang interviewin. Okay, this is exciting. So, let's do Chika Minute. So, ano ba yung mga narinig ko while I was waiting in queue? Okay. So, first, there's a story of a K1 applicant. So, si ate, pinitation ni kuya. So, she was asked by the consulate to state or to make kwento of their relationship. How did they meet? When did they meet? And so on and so forth. So si ate, sa sobrang excitement niya sa interview, kinuwento niya na ang lakas-lakas ng boss niya, ini-interview niya yung love story. And like, oh my God, actually nakakakilig yun na how they met sa Mega Mall daw. Ayun. And then next is, there's this single Korean guy, about less than 20 years old. He was asked by the consul, why are you here in Manila? Like, parang, ha? So yung Korean, ganun siya, parang nagtataka siya. Then in-explain ng consul, you should be in Korea, not in Manila. Well, actually ako hindi ko rin naintindihan kung bakit ganun. Siguro there's something to do with how the paper was processed. So, siguro sa Korea pin-process yung papers. So, dapat sa Korea siya nag-apply. Something like that. And then, there's this whole Filipino family. So, mga 5 sila, mag-anak. Okay? And then, since hirap silang magsalita ng English and they cannot understand the consul, so there's this interpreter naman na would help us, mga Filipinos who cannot speak English, to translate to us yung mga tanong, and then they will translate to the consul yung mga sagot naman natin. So don't worry about if you cannot speak or understand English. There's someone who will help you. Okay? And then, merong ding applicant na nakakatuwa because dala-dala niya yung photo album. As in, meron siyang dalawang malaking photo album. Yung traditional na nilalagay mo yung nakaprint na picture. So, ayun, dala-dala niya. This is my lolo, this is my ganyan. So, nakakatuwa. Diba? And then, there's this mother na pinetition ng nurse niyang anak. So, ang dami. In my group, I think there were 5 parents na pinetition ng mga nurse nilang anak sa US. So, ang naalala ko lang na tinanong was, what will you do in the US? And then, sagot ng mother was, I will work. And then, follow-up question ng consul, what kind of work will you do? Sabi ng mother, I will look for a job that is I will look for a job. Yun lang yung sagot niya. So, hindi, well, I don't know kung ano nangyari sa petition niya. Siguro naman approve, no? And then, ako na yung interview head. So, what happened? Just to give you an idea on what the interview area looks like. So, well, the interviewer will be behind a glass window, and you will be able to speak through a microphone on the glass window. There's also a speaker wherein you can hear what the consul says. Okay, you will be able to hear the interviewer through a speaker, which is also on the glass window, and then a slot in the window below will let you exchange documents with the interviewer. So parang lang nasa bangko yung may huhulog ka. Okay, ganun siya. And then the interviewer may ask questions and verify your documents. So answer truthfully and correctly. Answer only questions that you are asked. Then do not provide more information than you are asked. And do not present any document that you are not asked to. So meaning, kung ano na yung tinanong, yun lang sagutin mo. Huwag ka na mag-elaborate, huwag ka na magkwento. Para madali ang usapan. Kapag yes and no, you answer yes or no. Ganun lang kasimple. So, the primary goal of the interview is basically to verify all the information you have entered or you have presented in your application to make sure you are qualified for the desired visa you are applying for. So, what happened dun sa actual interview ko? I was interviewed by a male consulate. So, at the window, I greeted him good morning and stated my full name. And then he opened my file in his computer. So, type. Puro siya nagtatype, tapos titingin lang siya sa akin. So, ako, medyo nako-conscious. Okay? And then he asked me, what's the name of your petitioner and your relationship with your petitioner? So, it's like the first window. They want to verify the name of your petitioner and your relationship with the petitioner. And then, type. So, what do you do? I'm a nurse by profession. Oh, really? Where do you work now? So, I'm currently connected with Manila Titana Colleges, Manila Doctors College of Nursing. I'm a faculty member. Oh, I know that school. Go, okay, that's good. Yun lang sabi ko. And then, type. And then he said, oh, I think your documents are okay. You just lack one document, which is your F2B retention approval. So, yes, I'm familiar with that. I've already applied for my retention approval a week ago. Sabi niya, okay, you just have to wait for that document and then present it again to us. Okay, so after that, yun lang ang tinanong niya sa akin, less than 2 minutes tapos ako sa interview compared to other applicants na siguro mga 5 to 10 minutes silang in-interview ng consul. So I was directed to Windows 70 or 71 to have further instructions regarding the document that I need to present, okay, to the embassy. Ayun, ganun lang kasimple. Wala man lang pang Miss Universe question of what do you think of the American embassies? What do you think of the American bases in the Philippines? So, parang walang ganun. So, prepared pa naman ako sumagot ng ganun mga questions. So, sayang. Then, at the last window, the Filipino personnel explained to me my missing document, which is yung F2B retention approval. So, if you remember in my first video, sabi ko, 30 days yung processing for the approval. So, na-receive ko siya in less than 14 days. So, sabi nung personnel, I just have to wait for that document. It will be sent to me via mail and then I will have to send it back to them via to-go services, which parang ang weird. Sabi ko, sa isip ko lang parang why do I have to send yung document na sinend nyo sa akin? Parang ganon. Well, anyways, to cut the story short, sa email kasi meron ding mga prompt yan sa profile nyo na we have received your F2B retention approval. So, sila na pala, parang yung copy ko lang ipapadala nila sa akin and then yung embassy na rin, so yung USCIS na rin ang magpapadala sa document kung anumang office yun na approve na yung request ko for my retention. And then, I said, then umalis na ako, okay na. Ganun lang kasimple. Diba? Ang dali lang. So, what happens now after the interview? So, at the end of your immigrant visa interview at the US Embassy, the consular officer will inform you whether your visa is approved or denied. So, ano ba itong approved or denied? So, immediately malalaman mo kung approved or denied yung application mo. So, if your visa is approved, you will be informed how and when your passport and visa will be delivered to you or returned to you. And if you're denied, you will be informed why you are ineligible to receive the visa. Now, what happens to your passport and your visa? So, your immigrant visa will be placed on a page in your passport. So, please review the printed information right away. Make sure that all the entries are correct and properly spelled. Okay? Kung merong mali sa spelling ng name mo or mali yung date ng birthday mo, you have to inform the consulate promptly para ma-change nila kagad yun. Okay? And then you will receive a sealed packet. So ano ba yung sealed packet? Meron ako nun. Ayan. So, eto siya. hindi na siya sealed, inopen ko na siya. Okay? Ito yung picture nung na-receive siya from To Go Services. So, you will also receive a sealed packet containing documents that you must present to the US Customs and Border Protection at the port of entry. So, usually, airport yan. Okay? Upon your arrival to the United States. So, you must not open, never ever open that sealed packet. So, nakalagay pa siya sa isang plastic na nandun yung passport. So, ito, inopen ko siya para makita yung other documents. So, ito yung sealed immigrant packet. So, ito yung immigrant data summary. So, please review also the entries if the entries are correct. And then, may important notice. So,
to be opened only by the United States Immigration or Public Health Service officer. This is your visa. It must not be surrendered to the United States Immigration officer at the port of entry into the United States. Do not pack it. It must be hand carried.
Tapos meron ding Tagalog translation. So, wag binuksan mo pa to, ewan ko na lang. So, good. Actually, gusto ko siyang buksan kasi gusto ko malaman kung ano yung laman. But, I don't wanna risk it. I've waited for 15 years. Tapos, sorry! We cannot offer you entry to the United States because you're, di ba, parang nakaka-stress. So, wag na huwag nyo i-open. And also, meron din mga letters dito na nakalagay. So, make sure you read it. Okay? Another question is, when should you travel? So, you must arrive and apply for admission in the United States no later than the visa expiration date printed in your visa. So, sa visa packet, immigrant data summary, nakalagay din yon. So, in my case, my visa expiration date is February 28, 2019. So, I should leave before February 28. Okay? And then next is you must settle your USCIS immigration fee. So, gastos na naman. So, magkano to? So, you must pay the USCIS immigration fee to US Citizenship and Immigration Services, or yun nga, yung USCIS, after you receive your immigrant visa and before you travel to the United States. So, ang notice nila dyan is, the USCIS will not issue you green card or yung permanent resident card if you did not settle this USCIS immigration fee. So, sa US packet, nakalagay din yon. Ito siya. Meron silang notice. Kita ba? Ay, haba na ko. Ayun. Ang nakalagay dito is,
as a recipient of an immigrant visa from US Department of State, you are required to pay $220 US to US Citizenship and Immigration Services or USCIS.
so ayun. $220. Magkano na bang peso ngayon? And then, this one is not applicable to me, but if you are traveling with your children, you make sure you bring their vaccination records with you, because you will need that when they apply, when they enroll to school in the United States. And then we have the X-ray. So what do we do with the X-ray? Unlike before, di ba, nasabi ko na dati na hindi na film yung dinadala ng mga Pinoys ngayon. So lahat ngayon naka-CD na. So it's easier. So make sure you bring this with you. Okay? Not packed in your luggage, but nasa hand carry. And there you go. Thank you for watching. So stay tuned for my 4th installment video for this series, which is the Pre-Departure Orientation Seminar, or PDOS, for all migrating Filipino citizens. So if you think this video will help you ease your anxiety for your upcoming US Immigrant Visa interview, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and include that notification bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. So again, thank you and bye-bye.